Hello everyone, welcome back to the XUR PSA. This is week 2 of Season of Plunder, and we're going to see what XUR is selling, and I'm going to tell you what you should get, what you shouldn't get, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's get right into the loot. So first things first, we always like to grab our random exotic engram for fun. One-Eyed Mask, very good for PvP. And then next we have the Tractor Cannon. This is a fantastic PvE exotic. If you do not have this, definitely pick it up. It is extremely good for debuffing bosses. Really, really good. Dragon Shadow, in my opinion, this isn't a terrible roll. You do have really high resilience and good mobility and decent discipline as well. You just are really low on recovery there, and if intellect's your thing, then obviously that's going to be less for you. Me personally, I'm not going to be picking this up, but if you do not have a better one, that's not terrible. Next to the Lion Rampants, these are also pretty mid-rolled in my opinion. You do have high resilience, which is good on Titan, and you do have okay recovery. With a mod on, this might not be too bad. I actually will be picking these up. Next is the Controverse Holds. These are pretty bad. Hold on, let's just wait a little bit because Devrim had... Never mind. I was going to say Devrim has something to say, but we're just going to pretend like it's not there. Anyway, Controverse Holds. Pretty mid-roll in my opinion. You do have decent discipline and decent resilience, but there's too many other stats in there, like mobility does not need to be that high. Same thing with strength, you know, things like that. So me personally, I would not pick those up unless you don't have a better roll. Next, we have the Chroma Rush. This is actually a pretty nice roll that I can see. Yeah, this is actually a pretty nice roll in my opinion. I would run full bore steady rounds. If you don't have a good roll of this Chroma Rush, this might not be too bad for you. Dynamic Adrenaline Junkie is decent. I like Adrenaline Junkie. It's pretty much like the grenade version of Swashbuckler, so pretty good there. Next, we have a Cold Denial, as you can see. Barrels are not great in my opinion. You do have high range, but this gun does feel very unstable overall, so I don't know if I would pick this up personally. Though you do have Send Moment, but overall, I don't think the Cold Denial is super good. Next, we have the Enigma's Draw Triple Tap Rangefinder. That's not terrible at all. That's actually kind of good in my opinion. With decent range on there, if you put Farpoint, this might not be too bad to pick up, but I do think there are better sidearms in the game. Next, we have the Fractithist. Ensemble Trench Barrel, not terrible in PvE, I'd say. And you got Smooth Bore, which is, you know, Smooth Bore, but we're not going to talk about that. Again, for PvE, this isn't the worst roll I've ever seen. I wouldn't be against picking that up for PvE, but again, definitely not good in PvP. Distant Tumulus, this isn't good in anything, at least this roll. Quick Draw Pulse Monitor is not fantastic in PvE because it just, these kind of snipers are going for burst damage, and you're not going to get that damage with this. So in PvP, you might see some use out of it, but if you don't have a sniper, then maybe. But other than that, I would not pick that up. Then we have the Shattered Cypher machine gun here. Pretty roll in my opinion. And then finally, you have the Royal Entry, pretty bad. Genesis Thresh, not good. You definitely want something like auto-loading, and I don't even know what else you can get on now, to be honest. But next, we have an armor set here. These gauntlets are not too bad on Titan. Not a bad chest piece either. It does have low resilience, but the other stats are pretty decent. Mark is a mark. Helmet, pretty bad. And, boots. But it is a very rare armor set from Season of the Opulence. So, if you do not have it and you want this armor set, definitely pick it up. And finally, we have our Hawkmoon and our DMT. First Hawkmoon here, 96 handling, 52 range snapshot roll. Not great in my opinion. Low range. Does have good handling, but with snapshot, I don't really think it's that important, and I don't know. Me personally, I would not pick that roll up. And then we have a Dead Man's Tale with moving target. Based on the changes of Dead Man's Tale, I would not pick this up because the Dead Man's, after you get 5 times cranial, it is going to be hip fired, and that means you're not going to get the benefits from moving target. But moving target is still pretty good in my opinion, and this roll actually isn't too bad for PvP at all. If you don't have a good Deadman's, or you don't have a Deadman's at all, this is definitely worth picking up in my opinion, because it's not too bad. But that is it for XUR's loot this week. I hope you all enjoyed very much, and I hope you get something good out of this week, because I surely did. So thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.